Love Canal in the city of Niagara Falls, New York. First, the dump site for 22,000 tons, again 22,000 tons, of chemical waste between 1942 and 1953. Second, the site of a neighborhood and elementary school with numerous houses popping up throughout the 1950s. By 1978, when 82 chemicals, including 11 carcinogens such as benzene and dioxin, were discovered seeping up through the soil into backyards and basements, it was already too late. Heavy rainfall soon after the discovery led to rotting waste drums poking up through the ground alongside growing puddles of dangerous chemicals. Trees and plants died. Children went outside to play but returned with burns on their hands and faces. On August 7, 1978, a federal state of emergency was declared for the Love Canal area. 2 long years later, all families in the area had finally been relocated. Unfortunately, though, their story did not end there, as they were followed by increased chances of miscarriages, birth defects, and cancer. In response to the disaster, an act known as Superfund was passed in 1980. This act allows the EPA to clean up contaminated sites and will hopefully prevent future disasters like Love Canal. But wouldn't it be amazing if Love Canal could have been prevented? If, rather than cleaning up the area had never been filled with hazardous waste in the first place? Hi, I'm Samantha Hyme, and I'm here to tell you there is a way to prevent these chemical disasters. It's called green chemistry, and I'm going to share with you what this means, as well as why green chemistry is a crucial component of chemistry education. So, what is this green chemistry? Well, green chemistry, spurred by the passing of the Pollution Prevention Act of 1990, is all about preventing the use and generation of toxic and environmentally harmful chemicals during the production of chemical products. Think about it this way. Would you rather feel sick and then get medicine to feel better? Or would you prefer not to be sick in the first place? I am guessing most of you would choose to not be sick in the first place. This really gets at the heart of green chemistry. It's not about cleaning up what has been done, it's about preventing it in the first place. Green chemistry is primarily based on 12 principles. These include preventing waste, using and producing safer chemicals, using renewable feedstocks, and designing products to be biodegradable. Ideally, chemists will utilize these principles as part of the effort to develop a more sustainable future. Unfortunately, because green chemistry goes against the way chemistry has always been done, its implementation, particularly in education, has been slow. And when green chemistry is included in curriculum, it is often just as a small text box in a textbook filled with more traditional reactions. We need more green chemistry in education for several reasons, but today I'll just focus mostly on one of them. That being said, I do want to briefly point out that having students evaluate the greenness of chemical reactions, consider life cycle assessments, and come up with ways to make reactions greener increases students' critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, and systems thinking abilities, all invaluable skills for students to have as they leave college and enter the real world. So, what else is green chemistry in education good for? Well, it prepares those students who will go on to become chemists to practice green chemistry, while also preparing those who may want absolutely nothing to do with chemistry to become educated consumers. Chemistry is everywhere. Look around. Wherever you are right now, I guarantee chemistry has played a role in what you are seeing. From plastics and paint to personal care products, vitamins, and medicine, chemistry is found far and wide. Chemists who have been trained in green chemistry will be able to produce all of these products and maybe invent new ones while reducing the waste and toxicity involved. But don't forget about the power of the consumer. We won't all become chemists after all. Consumers knowledgeable about green chemistry can put pressure on industries to adopt more green practices, again leading to less waste and toxicity. Now, let's flash back 70 years and imagine if the chemical waste being dumped into Love Canal hadn't been toxic. Imagine if none of it was carcinogenic. Even better, imagine if there wasn't any waste at all, or at least a lot less of it. How different could life have been for those poor families who found themselves living in Love Canal? Now, it may be too late for them, but it is not too late for us, and it is certainly not too late for future generations. As Paul Anastas, the so-called father of green chemistry, has said, science and technology intervene to change the reality. Love Canal may be a reality, but green chemistry has the power to change this reality. All we need are students, the world's future innovators and decision makers, to become educated in this area.